Welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Seasons Season 4. This is the third and final match of the day. Me and Glitch back at it. It is IS Academy Gold versus Nightshade.
ISAG, which is, in my opinion, a way better acronym. But taking on Nightshade here today, we're getting the map selection in here. It will be Flashpoint to start us out as per usual here. And yeah, what do we expect? What's the lineup look like? How do we feel?
Well, here's the thing. The last two maps, we've seen a pretty dominant performance on Flashpoint by one team. And then just a crazy push map. I feel like that's all I can say with Monkey pulling it back. And then last round, Iliad showing a lot of life, pushing very far. But now we are met with IS Academy and Nightshade. I personally... I don't believe that I've actually seen either of these teams. So actually that is a lie. I have seen IS Academy, but I have not seen Nightshade, so I can't really comment on what's gonna happen. I'm not sure if you have more insight into what.
I don't have insight particularly onto any of these teams. Now, I thought I'd seen these guys already. However, ISU just has 12 teams in this tournament or something. So
this is true.
I mean, I could have seen a different roster. I think this is. I have seen this roster once before. Kenobi, Nerve, Varda. These are names that I do recognize, and they are a good team. They're a good squad. Nightshade is the lower seed coming into this game, so it will be down to them to try and pull themselves together to go ahead and head into this and try and win this matchup here. We haven't had really a big upset, at least as far as I've been on the cast, which is hard to. It's hard to get upsets in Swiss brackets anyway. But we are going to go ahead and dive in here shortly as we're going to see if we can get the first one of the season.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle here. However, I don't think it's an impossible one. We'll see what IS Academy is able to do here and what comps they run specifically now as we go in to Suravasa. We've actually had a little back and forth. Started on Suravasa, went to New Junk City, and now we are back on Suravasa. So always a wonderful time when we get to switch up maps. However, we have seen two Coliseos today, so maybe we'll see a different one next map. However, we are in Flashpoint now, so let's get into some Flashpoint gameplay.
We should do here as we're gonna get the great unveiling. The curtains will be lifted here as we see a Zarya comp on one side of ISAG, and on the side of Nightshade, you're seeing once again this sort of reinvented Junker Queen comp. You know, with the Moira Lucio, with the Reaper. It screams Dallas Fuel.
It does. It's a very, like you said, interesting creation. But hey, if it works, it works. So we will see what's able to happen here as we head into the first point.
Yes, I do agree. And one interesting adaptation to note here from both sides that we see Varda on the Iati, and then we see NK Airlines on the Tracer. Two very different adaptations that actually deal with each other quite well. So it might almost be for neutral gain.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of hoping to catch them off guard, but accidentally put themselves in a very even position, as it looks like Nightshade able to take a little bit point control early.
Cole grabs in Hagen? Where does that come from? Don't really know. Maybe he's on the flank, as you can see. That's where the corpse lies. So maybe that has to do with just getting caught out. The Hellfire shotguns do have a little bit of range on them, surprisingly for some reason. However, saying that, I mean, being down your legs is going to be, kind of hard to do long-term damage with. So Nightshade will go ahead and grab the first cap here, and it's going to be a brawl-in for Mac. Gonna get a Carnage axe down. Not sure how many it cleaves onto, but there are low HP bars throughout the side of ISAG. Ooh. And then Hagen will come back with a vengeance and grab NK Airlines. And there goes a quick window from the side of Nerve.
Yeah, very big there as they're able to kind of push them back, gain some space. They're hoping to rotate here. They're going to take these underneath stairs, and the fight is now moving towards the point.
Oh, there's huge. Worldly Captive Sun. There is a fade being forced here on the Moira to avoid getting sunstruck. But being down to Lucio means little to no utility. The Coalescence has to be invested. And Varda will fall, but Hagen will grab NK Airlines on the Tracer here. And eventually the Rampage will come through. It grabs Kenobi and Coolish. No bubble available to cleanse, and Cole will go ahead and grab the cleanup. Lovely job here from the Reaper.
Wow, really good stuff there from Nightshade, able to take that 100 to 0.
I mean, yeah, they're chasing this. They want this kill, and Hawkins so badly, but the legs just run away.
Absolutely, and now you're kind of separated here. Oh no, Lucio and Reaper kind of being caught out here as they're able to escape fairly fast, though. The wonders of their movement abilities really help them out there. So we'll see as they approach this next point.
They try to go for the melee, like the rocket melee, but it's too close. There's too much incoming damage from the pulse pistols.
Yeah.
And Hagen pays the price. It's just unfortunate timing there for him, as he's gonna get reset yet again. That's another time he's been first blood. That's what is that? 2 different times now?
It is, and not only that, but you're forcing your team to wait as the Nightshades will take this point first yet again. And it looks like Cole looking for a Death Blossom here as he's kind of creeping around this right side. There comes the grab.
There comes the grab, but it almost grabs the Mac, and they can't scale off of it, especially with the barrier coming down. That's tools that, I mean, Nightshade don't have available to them. Cole's there on the cleanup. Lovely work with the Reaper here. Nightshade not knowing how to deal with it. That's 4 final blows for him, and that is halfway done with the flashpoint.
Yeah, I'm just really impressive from the side of Nightshade here, and you are now looking at both your DPS ults and another coalesce. Now you have to imagine that coalesce used for perhaps the visor or maybe even the window, try and push through it if Nerve places it in a place that allows them to do so, as they're going to approach 80%. Are they going to touch here? Are they just going to give this up?
Should get a touch, but it's been a little labored here on the push. Once again, no Lucio, so they can't rotate quickly. I mean, once again, Fade used here, along with the Coalescence, alongside the window to mitigate impact here. But there goes the blossom from Coolidge. It is going to grab 2. Lovely job from him. There's a awesome attempted from Cole. Questionable play from him in a rare moment of what he's been mostly been fine throughout this day, but I mean, that's questionable at best.
I was gonna say he's been playing so very well that you have to call into question that that Death Blossom there. Just I don't really like to see that. You know, you have to know when that fight is over and you guys need to reset.
I do definitely tend to agree, but regardless, Pulse Bomb is used there, and Lamp is already out of the way, but oh my, a quick re-engage back on the point. They've already lost members. They can't hold on to this. No Kenobi.
Wow. That was just a fast flip and a fast taking of the point there, as Bardo just gonna give up.
I mean, yeah, both sports give up, which means they both get a different spawn. And also something to note here is that Nerve actually, not counting ultimates, has the most final blows in this entire lobby for his team. He has 5.
Yeah, which is not exactly something you want to see when you have something, say, a Reaper or a Soldier that should relatively be at the top.
Yeah, I would definitely tend to agree. And Tag's gonna grab Coolish here out of position once again, but in Hagen will grab NK Airlines there. Lovely little job taking care of the Tracer, but I don't believe it's gonna amount to anything for this, for the side of Nightshade here. I'm sorry, for the side of ISAG, forgive me. As Nightshade will cap point again. This is, I mean, this is looking dangerous for ISAG.
Oh, big Captive Sun.
I mean, yeah, Visor as well alongside it. Oh, the Rampage is interrupted. Another questionable ult here from Mac, and you have to start to wonder what's up with that one.
Yeah, it's so intriguing because Nightshade are playing so well when they're setting up and they're just doing these dry fights, but I mean, that's now 2 questionable ults on the side of Nightshade. So I don't know, perhaps they just need to do a little bit of rethinking and take the time to really fight plan before they go in and just start using ult willy-nilly.
Yeah, I definitely would agree, and it's like a strategy that I know that a lot of like very popular teams from back in AL used to use. Like, you know, you use your ultimates to win fights. It's been to win fights you're losing, and that's been a theory since like the dawn of time. But when not implemented correctly, it can lead to catastrophic moments like that. As a window and a grab are invested here from the side of ISAG, and it's not going to really result in anything. It looks like it's going to result in in a loss. There's no one left for Kenobi to bubble. I mean, it was over in a flash.
Yeah, it was, and it's those lightning fast takes that are really giving Nightshade the advantage because they're just going in with such precision and such vigor that ISAG just doesn't really have an answer.
Definitely, we see the bash shipping now here from Inhog, and I wonder, is this going to be able to find value? It definitely can. Once again, when you play the Jungle Queen, there's not that much mitigation tool, but it is very easy to run down. And also the break here for Vardo as well, something that I forgot to note here.
I knew that was coming.
There's that dive, lovely with the Dancing Flower of Death here, 2 for Cole, 2 for Mag, Ink Splash with the last, and that's going to be map, it's going to be point, and it's going to be... I mean, that's just lovely play from Nightshade here. I said that we haven't seen an upset yet, but it looks like it's knocking on the door.
Absolutely. I mean, like we said, aside from the possible 2 questionable ults, we saw some really, really nice stuff there on the side of Nightshade, taking fights cleanly and quickly. And Cole, I mean, just absolutely popping off here. I have not seen Reaper gameplay like this in a while.
I mean, yeah, it looks nice because, you know, he's getting all the heals, but also, at least forgive me, is that ISGs weren't dealing with it correctly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think they didn't really have a, I don't know, they just didn't really have a good answer for it, and they weren't willing to try something until the very end, so.
I mean, yeah. As I die on my water, they're about to go ahead and ISAG are going to have to pick the next map, and we're going towards push. Now, the bad news for them is that push, Reaper's good on every map. So... Yeah.
Definitely not to their advantage. No queens!
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're gonna hit the pause. This is only the second time that I've seen. It's the first time.
It's the first time! Oh my goodness.
I'm already ready to jump into this joint, but... I mean...
Let's go.
I mean, all right, let's talk about new Queen Shoot, right? Because we haven't had the time to actually analyze this map really in any capacity. Because the only time I've seen it, it was like a wash, like a 2-minute cap. But this is the map that plays the most like TDM. It's very flank heavy. There's not a lot of primary high ground until you get to that first checkpoint. So it's very flat. It's very flat, and it leaves a lot of room for, you know, using your environment to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, and I just have a feeling that we're going to see Nightshade do that very well. Like you said, with all those flanks and all those abilities to just jump right back in. So I'm very excited to see what we are getting here. And, you know, like I said, this is the first time that I've seen this. So ISAG must be confident in this pick to choose it.
Yeah, this has been the most unpopular of the maps in the entire circuit so far. I don't necessarily know why. Maybe it doesn't necessarily play well to the meta strengths right now. Jungle Queen doesn't exactly play great on this map. It's not her preferred battleground here. It's a little bit harder to get value. You can't really. It's hard for you to get good pulls with your knife and stuff. The rampage lines are not very easy. There's a lot of structure you can hide around. But on the mean side here, it is a good map for Zarya.
Yep, wonderful map for Zarya, and that's kind of what I imagine ISAG was thinking when picking this map. You know, they went that Zarya on Flashpoint, so maybe it was a choice to attempt and counter pick the Junker Queen, but you know, on the flip side, give themselves an advantage on the Zarya, as we're gonna head in here as the Torbjorn from NK Airlines.
This is an interesting pick here. I don't actually dislike it. It forces bubble cooldowns to be used on low HP targets if you don't deal with it, right? It forces bubble cooldowns. It forces a lot of other cooldowns in general, but also one thing to note is that ISG are running with the break here, which is, in my opinion, the best support to run with this style of composition, and besides double flex, is that you are you're forcing them to come to you almost, but the downside is that they're playing Jungle Queen with Lucio Reaper, and you're getting mauled.
Yep, and that's exactly what just happened right here as that opening pick from Cole and Mac, and Tag jumping in there as well. However, Tag will get caught out by Kenobi, but a huge stagger in Kenobi. I mean, that was at least 20 seconds after the original fight where the rest of the teammates had died. So you're going to get a good amount of space here on the side of Nightshade.
I mean, yeah, you're already halfway to the first checkpoint, because the reason that's important is that stagger didn't exist on the point. So they're pushing that entire time.
Exactly, and now you have them turning this corner and you know, knocking on the door of forward spawn already, as we are only 8 minutes as we only have 8 minutes and 30 seconds, so that means what, a minute and a half has passed.
Yeah, a minute and a half, but also something to note. The shot was just really early, but it doesn't seem to matter here. Checkpoint will be automatically unlocked. The nade will go a little bit skew from Nerve, and forward spawns will be unlocked here.
Yeah, I mean, that shout, they're just so aggressive with it, as both bubbles are out, and it looks like Cole wanted to go for the Death Blossom there, but he decides otherwise.
I mean, he gets antied there. He ran so quickly that you don't actually get to see it. And there's the rally to try and sustain, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a Vash use here from the rallying Brig, trying to dish out armor packs to the allies, but and Hagen's going to get isolated here on 1 HP. Cole will eventually find the final blow. Wraith form used here. Rally expiring, but Mac is on the other side with the carnage.
Yeah, I mean, just really dangerous stuff
speed
there.
run.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, yeah, there's another Death Blossom just on top of the Zarya. You know, both bubbles expended, no other help. And Hagen will grab Cole here out of respawn, but look at that. The Molten Core layered in the spawn. And the upside of this is that the Molten Core can actually penetrate the spawn barrier and do damage. They have to be careful.
Absolutely. Cole coming back here, the only pick from that last fight. Oh, huge!
Big splash, though. That's big, but the Rampages, there in response, Kenobi will get hit with the anti, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And finally, ISAG will win a fight. But there is about maybe 10 meters left on this push bot.
Yeah, I mean, if that, you look at, in 3 minutes, they were able to push that bot 122 meters. That is an insane feat. And now, you're able to already be back because you have forward spawn and not grant the other team really much of anything, as Cole gonna force out Vardo, hoping to force out some utility here, as they're gonna hope to take this before they lose close spawn, and they will.
Yeah, they will. Lovely little work there, recognizing how to play around the speed of the bot. Both bubbles used from Kenobi. That's going to be the go button. You see that from Cole. He gets hit with a bunch of utility, and he has to Wraith. Shout and Carnage all being used, but Bob is finally there, putting in a lot of damage. Right in the middle of the field. They have to kite this, especially with the rush being there. And they don't want to play into that on the side of Nightshade. They recognize, just rotate out and go again, and NK Airlines finds Coolish.
Oh, big sleep there, but it might be for naught as Cole takes out Kenobi and Nerve.
I mean, yeah, they're just going to start marching this thing back. I say they're going to retake forward spawns, but I forgot they never even lost it.
Exactly, and that's such a huge advantage, especially when you're just getting a couple of picks. You're able to come back so much stronger, especially as you get closer to the spawn doors, as we have a Changer and a Sigma.
This is, I can't believe we've seen 2 of these in one day. That's actually absurd.
It is.
Love looking at the grasp there, though. It eats up a lot of the Molten Core. The Nano invests onto Kenobi. Now, it does a lot of damage, and Tag will fall. Lovely bit of work here from the tank player, but Coolish on the Blossom will get punished. Lovely work. It's a 2v2, it's a 2v3. Please forgive me. The spawns are going to be good for the side of ISAG, and the anti-nade onto Mac there is going to go ahead and spell the end of this push for the side of Nightshade, but they pushed it ever so slightly closer.
Yeah, I mean, they're just really dragging this out on the side of
Widow.
Ooh. Okay, we'll see what MK Airlines is able to do.
They're just in their bag. They're feeling themselves. They're in their bag.
Guess so. As Cole hoping for a little sneaky Death Blossom possibly. Oh, gets punished immediately.
But yeah, they're wary of it. I actually really like the Sigma pick into the Reaper. I think this is a great pick. Again, not really against anything else, but against the Reaper, it allows for so much mitigation opportunity that you didn't have previously.
Yeah, it offers a huge amount of mitigation as Cole falls extremely low here. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets caught out. Oh, right into the gravitational flux!
Oh, it's so nasty. Lovely job from Kenobi. He's making this off-tank pick work here, but Mac is in the backline being a little bit of a terrorist. Kenobi will befall him in the end, but it's looking tight here. And NK Airline gets a headshot onto Unhagen, splashing two. Oh, my Lanta, what is this? The high ground advantage.
Absolutely crazy. NK Airline says, Kenobi, I have the high ground.
I mean, he does, and the site's just so hard to play into here. Bob will be there. That's a big, big tool. The rush is there as well. So ISAG will be available to fight into this, but oh shoot, the
sleep.
Yes, the lovely sleep there from Nerve, really showing his prowess here on this Ana. And once again, another team fight win here, but these team fights are only coming at their spawn, Piggles. They aren't coming anywhere else.
I know, it's just, and it feels like this is just a never-ending cycle. We've been doing this since the 7-minute mark, and they're just gonna retake here, come back, keep their forward spawn. Maybe they give it up here.
Oh, but look at this big comp change with Winston instead.
Yeah.
I actually really like this into the Sigma. It's a really good counter pick. And there you go, you already see the results happening.
Yep, and again, did not lose that forward spawn, the most important thing for them.
I mean, yeah, Nerf will grab NK Airlines though, so not a complete wipe, but even still, it is only the Widowmaker, the weakest member on the roster, and I really like the way that Mac is using this bubble, dropping it around one target and forcing the healing to be cut off entirely. It's not a full dive, of course, but it's the best they can do in this comp.
It is. I mean, oh, miss rock there from Kenobi, and Hagen goes down.
Yeah. That's what happens when you miss those rocks. It's big, it's huge. Nice little sleep there, but he will be woken up immediately by the turret, actually. A little bit of self-sabotage. A nano flux is actually gonna go and catch two. The barrier, that was risky as all hell to lay down, but he does manage to get it off. And it's just Kenobi left alongside Nerve. Nerve will fall to the monkey. In the end, we got 3, we got 2, we got 1 game, set, match. Nightshade with the first seeding upset of the tournament.
Definitely a big win there for Nightshade, and in convincing fashion as well. Not losing forward spawn after it was received and not giving a single meter on push.
I mean, looking at this play, I want to see what happens here. So
Yeah.
we got the TP out. We get a little bit of a skew whiff. We miss. We get another one. Oh, it's nasty.
Wow.
It's lovely. A little bit iffy in the beginning there, but does get cleaned up quite nicely.
Yep.
Player of the match. Who do you think it's gonna be?
Cole.
Cole?
I mean, no, I don't have a doubt in my mind. That Reaper gameplay was just very, very impressive, and I think that it provided constant pressure and just so many picks. So many.
I do tend to agree. Let me see if I can go ahead and drag him in here. I'm actually not sure which one of these he is. I believe he is. Okay, cool. It was 1 second to hunt him down. I actually can't tell. They don't have it listed in their bios or anything. One thing. Also, by the way, if any of the competitors in Seasons and you're watching this right now, please, for love of God, make your Discord names
The same as your battle tag.
The same as your battle tag, please. Would just on your profile would mean a lot, making it a little easier. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see if I can get one of them in here. But I mean, that was just great play overall from the team, to be honest.
It was, regardless. It was very fun to watch. I mean, that last push point, just getting to see a team not lose forward spawn the entire time, that's not something you see every day.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I figured out who doesn't go drag him in.
Cole, congratulations on the win, and you have been chosen as the player of the match. So how does that win feel, especially a dominant performance on push?
Oh, it felt great to really come together as a team there. We've been working on that comp or similar, just like simplified brawl comps for a while. So it was nice to see that work pay off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you were just an absolute menace on the Reaper. And we were saying here that we felt like the other team just really didn't counterpick you correctly. So how did that give you the upper hand and just let you keep rolling over them?
The only time it was really difficult from a comp perspective was the SIG comp at the end. Whenever they made a little more of that distance, that was difficult. But other than that, we were able to just get in their face, alternate cooldowns correctly, and just kind of win those resource wars over time.
Yeah, definitely. When they changed over to the Sigma, we were saying we really liked the pick, but you guys were able to just change comps of your own and come back and win it. So no surprises there. But regardless, congratulations on the win, and we wish you and your team the best of luck throughout the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, that will do it for us today at Overwatch Seasons. Thank you so much for joining, and as always, if you are able to follow, like, give us a subscription if you're feeling so antsy. But that will be me and Glitch signing off for today. We will see you on the next one.
Take care. Good night.